everybody, we thank you so much for this beautiful day. Lord, I ask that we be mindful of this season to the birth of your son, and he paid the ultimate price for our sin. I ask that we be mindful of that. It's not about the gifts. It's about you and your son. I ask you to be with this meeting. May it be pleasing unto you, and go with each and every family member represented here today. Keep them safe and out of harm's way. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
honor the Texas flag.
I pledge allegiance to thee, one state, under God, one with indivisible.
Good morning, everybody. Appreciate you all being here. At this time, any person with business before the court not scheduled on the agenda may speak to the court. No formal action can be taken on these items at this meeting. Each speaker will be limited to 3 minutes. We'll go ahead and move on to presentation and discussion of department head committees and board reports. Any discussion on those? It looks like everybody's been busy in November.
Definitely.
Okay, we'll move on to approval of previous court minutes. Don't see anything that needed to be worked on those.
I didn't.
Good. Yes, good.
Yes, he's good. Good to make a motion, we approve the previous court minutes as presented. Second.
All in favor?
Thank you.
Mayor Precinct project schedule and staffing. What are y'all doing in this warm December?
We're helping precinct one.
We're building a road out of topping the road, I should say.
Okay.
Long drawn out deal. It's a long way out there. Takes an hour and a half to get back. Exactly. A round trip anyway.
Okay, we'll move on to court to discuss and consider implementing the work steps program. Mike is still looking at the policy on that, but I don't know if he has many changes in that, but he can make those changes if we decide to implement that program. If you'll remember, that's the program where it's for post offer, but pre-employment, where they will do things that simulate what their job duties will be. And it also includes the return to work program, where if someone is injured, just to make sure that they are ready to go back to work.
I kind of think it's not a bad idea.
I think it's gonna be an expensive idea.
Yeah, it is that, if you use it, but
And once again, we don't have to do on every position immediately. Yeah, it'll cost a little bit if we look at doing certain ones. But whatever you court decides.
I just don't think it's very beneficial for the road and bridge. I think it had too many cons versus the pros.
Such as?
Just documentation, and I think it would kind of put us out of some employees for such as blade operators or just drivers, just general help.
I think it's good for at least pre-employment. So we need a motion.
Yes,
I'll make a motion to implement the work step program.
Second.
do you want to allow the treasurer's office to determine which positions, 10 positions? And do you want to exclude any certain positions? Or do you want to? Is it
I
allowed
think we'll do all in pre-employment.
all
Pre-employment?
for all positions?
It would have come in handy,
You agree with that?
here, there, and yonder.
Okay, you agree with that?
So it's just on pre-employment?
Yeah, it's a pre-employment. It's a post-offer pre-employment program, work steps.
Okay.
All right, sir.
Sheriff and I were asking if that was for all departments in the county, would have to do that as part of pre-employment, the county, right?
Correct.
I assume that each department head would be able to choose whether they wanted to be a part of the program or not? Or are you saying that everybody?
I would think that, well, we can set it up however, I mean, if you want to set it up as, everybody does it, or you can set it up as, elected officials can opt out, or certain departments can opt out, or.
I'd rather give the department heads and the elected officials the choice of wanting to do that or not.
Okay.
And then if those that are wanting to do it and it shows to be a great improvement or somehow, and the cost is shown to be beneficial to the taxpayer, then maybe some of the rest would want to be a part of it.
Good. What do you think?
I'll agree with that.
Okay.
So at the elected or appointed official's discretion?
Sounds good to me.
I'm good with that.
You might say department head, because I'm actually the only appointed official according to the LGC, so you may say department head discretion.
Yeah, the church.
This one,
Where's the cost coming from? The expense for it?
Out of our budget, wouldn't
it'll be out of the department's budget for that.
This has not been discussed.
Yeah.
We have the safety line in 409, but I mean, don't know. There would be a discussion that would need to be decided. Is it gonna come out of each, whatever department decides it? Or is it going to come out of the 409 budget? It is not budgeted at all in 26 because this wasn't discussed in 26 budget, so.
So are we gonna wait till the next budget term to implement it then? Or are we gonna do an amendment?
Could we create a line? It's not an emergency, no, we wouldn't have to do that. I mean, it wouldn't be an emergency, but we could transfer from one line to a new line for that.
There could be a line created in 409, like we have the drug screening line, so there could be a pre-employment screening line, but there would need to be, currently there would be no funds in it.
Right.
So there would have to be a line item transfer, done to put funds in that.
Did
If
I
it was
see
a
where the
409.
drug screen in the last couple of years hadn't been fully used?
This year, it wasn't fully used because we did increase it and they didn't, I think maybe because of due to turnover, I'm not really sure, because in the past, we had gone over budget on drug screening. This year, we did increase it in the 25 budget and there is a little bit left, so. It depends basically on like the turnover of the departments that do require the drug screening.
it?
Okay.
And then the randoms for the CDL drivers.
Create a line item transfer from like 4,500 for that, which there could be enough in there to see where it starts and see what it does. All right, there's a motion and a second. All in favor? All opposed? No opposed?
None? You?
No, I'm good with it being
Okay.
way worded.
Okay.
All right, new business. Do the employee of the month. Unfortunately, she's not here this morning. I think she had something else she had to do. But it's gonna be Tammy Quick. She's served us for a long time at the senior center. They greatly appreciate everything she does over there. She's done a fantastic job. She will be missed.
Yes.
I was hoping she'd be here for the last meeting to be able to get this, but understand. So Tammy Quick is the employee of the month for November.
Kudos to Tammy.
All right, accepting donations to county entities. There is donations to the library, multiple. I'm not gonna read over them. Let's see what's up there. I've looked at it already.
Judge, I make the motion, we accept donations to county entities as presented.
All in favor? We'll go ahead and move on to court to conduct a public hearing on the designation of a reinvestment zone on approximately 2,636 acres located in the southeast portion of Scurry County and to be known as the 2025 Inadale Reinvestment Zone Number 2. Reinvestment zone will encompass properties in Exhibit A. Let Mr. Lloyd Drain come on up and talk
Okay.
about that a little bit for just a moment, and then we'll get into the comment.
So I've shared a copy and also just shared the county roads that will be impacted on that county road use agreement. But I don't think we're gonna talk about that today, but anyway, we'd like to get approval for this reinvestment zone number 2 for our Inadale solar and battery storage project, 280 megawatts of solar, 280 megawatts of battery storage. A little less than projected, a little less than $500 million in investment. We're doing everything we can to make this project happen to the benefit of lots of folks in Scurry County, including all your citizens and the ISDs. And we have 8 different landowners and these contracts can go for up to 40 years. So lots of payments made to people and their kids and their grandkids and their great-grandkids. So, and so I was sharing with a couple of the commissioners this morning. I pulled in last night at 8:30 to the Hampton Inn. I was offered the last room for $250, okay? I politely declined and went over and thought I cut a deal at Comfort Inn for $125. But seriously, it does my heart good to see lots of things going on in the county, and we're doing everything we can to be part of that. But there's lots of stuff that's gonna happen relative to the power industry that's gonna be very, very good for you guys. So look forward to seeing all that come to pass. But in the meantime, if you could, I've got that map of those properties within Scurry County. Most of this project lies within your county. Maybe 10% of it's outside in Mitchell. And we're probably not gonna be able to get all of it. We've got 1,650 acres under contract relative to this hatched area. No way we're gonna get it all. But we do have offers out. I think I shared that with you and a couple of the other folks that there could be a data center there. And if that happens, that's gonna be good stuff for the county. So that property is under contract for purchase. I think it's subject to them getting Encore to agree that there's ample power to deliver to that data center. But those data centers, as expensive as these solar projects are, those data centers are a lot more expensive. So which means more tax revenues. But anyway, we would appreciate your consideration of approving this, and hopefully we'll come back in January and talk about possible tax abatement.
Now, Just a reminder that we did a reinvestment zone April the 24th on this property, but the scope has changed with that other acreage.
Yes, sir.
And so that's why we're doing this, requesting the second reinvestment.
Yes, sir. And a lot of this, well, all of it is surrounded by RWE wind leases. So, and RWE was kind enough to release some of these properties that we have now. But, so it's very limiting relative to available acreage that's not under contract.
And then there's some things that we discussed within the abatement that we'll discuss later on that as far as an early payment and things like that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and we're
What that
happy,
would go to.
we're happy to entertain that upfront $1 million payment to be used at your discretion.
I'll go ahead and tell you what we're looking for there is the siren system throughout Scurry County, early warning sirens. So. Okay, thank you, Mr. Green.
That's it? Okay, thank you. Appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you so much.
Okay, opening up the public comments. Yes, ma'am.
If you look on that and you see track number 9, that's me. I have a measly little 18 acres right there, but I have yet to reach an agreement
Okay.
or been offered any more than one offer on this. I'm offered the same amount of money for my home and my barn and where I live as the flatland farmers are offered. It is unfair to me, and if I don't accept that, it's gonna be built around me 30 yards from my door. That's not okay with me. If you wanna look at the benefits of Scurry County, that's great. But it's not benefiting those people that are living right there, because many of those people own land right there, they don't live there.
Sure.
They live in other places, Sweetwater, Abilene, outside of this area. So it's not going to affect anything besides their pocketbook, positively for them, negatively for me. So if we could reach an agreement on my place, okay. But as it is right now, no, I'm not okay with it at all. Because that's gonna affect, if I try to sell my place, nobody's gonna wanna buy a place in the middle of a solar farm. So I'm stuck where I'm at, living with solar farms, 30 yards this way, 100 yards this way, and then the rest of my acres that way, half mile. I can't see that that's a positive thing. Because if you look, you can see my place right there, if you want me to show it to you.
Which one is it? Is it the?
It's track number 9. It looks like a little keyhole right there. I'm west.
Judge, if I could, it lies within that southern Hess property. You can see that little outline there.
That little keyhole looking thing.
Right up in here on the,
Yeah, 1 block into the right.
is that it right there on the top left?
Can I show you?
Sure.
This little keyhole right there.
This right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm from Scurry County. I moved away and went to college, and we came back here to build a lot. And that's what we can do right there. And no, I wasn't gonna do this today. That's all I could do. And I'm here, and I think we're productive citizens of this county. We work hard, we volunteer, we do all the things. And then Scurry County's gonna let this come in around me? I'm not a problem person. This is not okay for me to live in the middle of that. It's not healthy. It's been not healthy on me stress-wise for a year. Every day I walk home, what do? Do we continue to improve our place? Are they gonna bulldoze it over? They want it gone. They want my house, they want my barns gone with no compensation for that. If there's another offer, we haven't gotten one. So that's where I stand.
Judge, can I speak, please? Should I respond to that, please? So I appreciate and agree with you, what you're saying. I think I have had one conversation with, the gentleman that owns that. And then, okay, and then, we talked about maybe compensating to move that house. That may not be a feasible, solution. But then any other conversation has been through your counsel, uh, uh, Rod Wessel, who's representing all of the landowners there. So, and just for the record, Billy Roy, Royce Walker actually lives in Billy Roy Hallman's, on Billy Roy's. We have Royce Walker under contract, which is south of you. And, he lives in his brother's house there on the property. So, and there are a few more houses, but certainly that's an impact. We're more than happy to, are you still represented by counsel?
We are, and we've heard, we asked him, he's like, there's nothing coming back to me, there's nothing coming back to me. So either there's nothing coming back or he's not relaying it to us. So that's why I'm here today.
Okay, I promise you this week, I'll call Rod and open that back up, because, I mean, we may not be able to solve it 100%, but we can hopefully give you some feasible options, because that's what our desire is. I mean, there's a human element in all of this, and I certainly recognize that. So, we'll be in touch, I promise you.
Okay.
And I thank you for your comments, and I agree with you, man.
Ms. Campbell, I'm gonna ask this of you. If there is not, if this is approved today and we go forward with a public hearing or the abatement discussions later, I would like you back at this meeting
I'll be here if I know.
to let us know if there's a resolution to that. Ms. Summers?
What precinct is this in for this meeting? Four? As far as a data center, is it gonna be in the same area or is it somewhere else?
That's just speculation right now.
Well, I mean, word's out right now.
Well, it has to have the
It's kinda
power.
like,
There has to be enough,
it's kinda like nobody knows this is happening until it happens.
well,
we
none
don't
of us
even
know
know
it's
that.
happening till it happens.
Yeah, I mean, that's where we are. We hear.
don't
How
know.
about this right now too? A lot of people don't even know this is happening and it's done. The judge used to say that these things wouldn't come here unless we gave them abatements. And now
It's been published on the courthouse.
and now the
It has.
line is,
And
well,
it's-
they're already here, we're giving them.
It's not done. We are doing a reinvestment zone. This is a public hearing on a reinvestment zone. Public hearing on doing an abatement will come after this date, at least 30 days. We're required to publish notice, and we do. We're not gonna discuss all of the conversations that we're having back and forth until we're ready to bring it to the court to discuss. We don't wanna create walking quorums. That's illegal. So we have the conversations back and forth. It's brought to court in this setting to have a reinvestment zone hearing, because those are required by law. Postings are published. And then if it's approved today, the same notices will be given, just like they have been in the past, that are required by law that we do. There will be conversations that will not be full court, so that we don't, again, create a walking quorum. It's not that we don't give information, we give information when we can give information. As far as data centers, there's talk about data centers, but that's all it is at this point, is talk. We don't know for sure what's coming. Nobody's approached me. I don't know about the other court members because that hasn't been discussed. But we don't know until we know, until somebody comes to us, and so far, nobody's come to us on a data center. So. Is there any other questions or comments about in this public hearing?
I mean, as a citizen, not as the EMS director, I think that that company, if we're gonna reinvest that zone, they need to be at least fair market value for their property that they're selling. I think that's what we do for our citizens of Scurry County. That's my 2 cents.
Can we hold off on this until they get that worked out?
We could, or we could, either way, we could either hold off on approving the second reinvestment zone, or we could approve the reinvestment zone and, see if there's a resolution by the time that, we have a hearing for the, abatement.
I think we don't have to move forward because the credits that these guys receive for those projects are going to run out. And if we don't get it done, I mean, this is something we can revisit, as you've already told the lady back here, that we can revisit this before we do the abatements and stuff.
Right.
And
I'll
so,
tell you this, if that's not resolved by, out on that date, I'm a no on it, because I don't want to do that to her.
right, that's what I'm
So,
saying.
yeah, so we could move forward with the reinvestment zone today and see if there's a resolution by then that puts pressure on Sullivan.
Well,
We'll get
there's,
that taken care of.
and there's another, I'll get with you later, there's another landowner that's concerned as well.
Okay.
That he couldn't be here today because he's not in town, but I did speak with him this morning.
So I guess my question would be, if a couple of sections here were to be taken out, you can't make deals with the landowner, would it, and we do the reinvestment zone, but you can't get contracts with a couple of those sections, are you able to still do the project?
Well,
Are
sure,
you-
we have 1,650 acres under contract. We have a couple of offers, we have three offers or three possibilities, including the Campbell's property that we just discussed, that are outstanding, and one of those is in Mitchell County. And then the other one is the Souls Trust up north of the F&R Farms property. Have an offer out to them to same terms and conditions. I think her name's Melanie. I think she's the trustee, and have not heard back from her yet. But yeah, we've got sufficient acreage under contract. We would just like to make sure that we have enough acreage to do the full 280 megawatts in both. We're assuming about 240 megawatts in Scurry County and 40 megawatts in Mitchell. But, you know, and you'll learn when we get the opportunity to come in to request abatement that we're suggesting pilot payments as in terms of the number of megawatts. So the more we can get in there, the better. But yeah, we have enough, to answer your question, we have enough under contract to build at least 90% of that, 100% of the battery and about 90% of the solar. But again, I'm confident that we'll be able to get some more acreage. So, and I'm hopeful that we'll be, it's not a lot of acreage, that 18 acres, but certainly the impact is great. But I'm hoping we'll be able to reach a resolution on that soon. And then I don't know, can you say who this other landowner?
I'll call you here in a little bit.
Okay, yeah. But, and listen, you know, I'm happy to sit down and talk to people, okay, because there is a human element. So, and Ms. Campbell's right, most of that is just farmland and, and some people just hate solar for whatever reason. But anyway, we have enough, you know, our problem is being able to get a power purchase agreement that has enough of a price to justify this $500 million in investment. And Lord willing, if we can do that, we can build this project, make it happen.
I am curious, what y'all are calling a keyhole, is that the 18 acres? Is that,
That's fine, yes.
that's 18 acres?
And that little thing there is my name, that's not where my house is.
Right, okay.
But
So
that's-
I can understand, you know, yeah, that's 18 acres, but you're talking about a lot of solar right around your house. I can understand that.
So my house, if my house is on the top portion of that, it's 30 yards from that property line right there.
Okay.
And then this bottom portion is my pasture where my sheep are.
Okay.
And so I'm over halfway market paying my 30-year note on it.
Okay. All right, like I said, please come back, and let us know if you have a resolution, or let me know before then. If you have
Yes,
a
sir, I will.
resolution. Any more public comment?
Judge Hicks.
Yes, ma'am.
I would just like to have a conversation possibly with Solvent, from the TxDOT side. We would like the option of knowing what roads you're gonna be using and enter into a road user agreement with the Department of Transportation as well. So if I have the opportunity after this is over,
Sure.
time to visit with you. Any solar farms, data farms that are coming in, state roads, if we could maybe hear about them if we don't otherwise, because we would like to enter in those road user agreements as well.
Well, that's one of the first things that Commissioner Mitchell made sure I was aware of, that there was no way we were gonna get any assistance from the county unless we had a road use agreement. But there's one that I passed out. The judge maybe has a copy.
Sure. They
You,
got this listed as CR 1613, but it's actually FM 1613.
so all of those county roads, I'm happy to visit with you after the meeting.
Yes, sir. Because that one would be a state road, would be after.
We'll have time to work all that out.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You know, there is one more part of this, and that is because of what's happened in the past with wind and with blades and the way that they were taken out when they were remediated, that a lot of landowners were not happy about. And so I was talking to some landowners this morning, and they were saying, you know, the problem that I have with solar is that at the end of 40 years, my heirs are gonna have to deal with, if this, say the solar company went defunct or whatever and didn't remediate that project properly, then I've got all of this solar equipment, some of it that is actually detrimental to the environment. And so that was one of the landowners talking about that. So
Yes, sir. So in all of our contracts with the landowners, you know, Texas has statutes dealing with reclamation. So all of our, Rod Wetzel did a great job in representing the landowners, and we would have done it anyway. Don't tell Rod. But anyway, we have to put up a bond, okay? And then every couple of years, we have to have a professional engineer provide an estimate on the cost of reclaiming that property to its original condition versus what the salvage value is. And we have to fund that bond, which is increasing amount every couple of years. And so there'll be ample money. The state of Texas, if you don't have that language in your contract, it's invalid anyway. So, but it's a very important concern, and it's one that we're gonna deal with for sure.
well, that's one of the landowners that is saying that's why they wouldn't want it on their property. So that might be something you want to certainly bring up and show, prove.
No, I'm sure.
Get right,
Yeah.
visit with you, whatever.
Well,
That's a concern.
you can't put it, I mean, like my place, you can't put back to original status. You can't put my 1930s house back.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean?
We're
But
talking about the
that's
farmland.
right, but that's part of,
Right,
we're gonna put it back to its original state. You can't do that.
right.
You know?
No.
So
No, that's true.
you have to watch that too. And there are other houses there, but most of them are rented houses. The owners don't live there.
Yeah.
So.
Any further discussion?
A reinvestment zone, and I fully understand all the comments. The reinvestment zone doesn't set anything in stone as far as, because if they come to an agreement, it's already there. If they don't come to an agreement, just go along with it. if, I understand the timeline that they have. I would love to wait and see if they do come up with an agreement. But I also understand the timeline that this company's under as far as this, that, the other. I don't know it all completely, but, that's my 2 cents.
So what's you said June, I believe, was when y'all had to have this project for sure ready to go.
If
that
we
right?
haven't started construction by July the 4th, it's not gonna happen.
Okay.
I mean, that's the way the one big beautiful bill is written.
Credits are gone.
And again, we've, Solvent Energy spent a lot of money on this project, and, we're doing everything we can to try to make it happen, and we're doing everything we can to, to have good relations with our landowners.
I mean,
And in most cases, we have excellent relationships with our landowners.
let me ask you something, Lloyd. If we don't do the reinvestment zone and we did not do the abatement agreement, feasibly, could Solvent come in there and do this whole project surrounding the Campbell House without, and just do it? Without, if you didn't have the abatement agreement, could Solvent come in there and do the project?
No.
Okay.
And I tell you that with all sincerity, Judge, that project would have already been built, okay? If it weren't for the economics. I mean, the cost of power we pay more in our, our homes and our businesses, and you pay more for power here at the county offices. But I'm telling you, the discounted power price is a penny or two per kilowatt hour, and has been for years. That's changing, and it's changing rapidly. And one of the reasons that's changing is the data centers, and it's moving in our favor. And we need better prices than we've seen in the past. But we think, we're currently talking to a half a dozen different people about a 12 to 15 year power purchase agreement at a level high enough that will justify this, assuming that we can get some abated taxes. And it's a great project I could identify 100 different people and entities that this project will benefit. And obviously the folks here today are some of those. And, benefit has different definitions to different people, but all in all, it's a great project, and I wish the county had more of them. And you're gonna get more too. Maybe not this, but maybe natural gas fired generation. You're gonna see a lot of that.
Sooner rather than later, hopefully, because our electricity prices are gonna go through the roof because of data centers.
Listen, they may go up, yeah.
It's gonna go up. Any podcast that you listen to of people that are in the know already know that that Texas especially is going to be tiled with data centers, and they consume an enormous amount of power. One Microsoft data center, and I believe it's in Illinois, consumes more power than the city of Los Angeles, California.
No,
So
sir, you're right.
Our electricity is going to go through the roof.
No, prices in the Northeast have gone up about 40% this year. Prices delivered to residential and commercial. So yeah, it is gonna go up. I'll be surprised if it doesn't. Let me put it that way.
It's going to. You can't continue to take power from ERCOT, and supply and demand is what's going to push that. We've been blessed here because the wind and solar has caused heat rate to go up so high that we're getting it so much cheaper than anybody else because that power couldn't be used. When you see those fans not turning, those turbines, it's because they've turned them off because they cannot use the power that's already on ERCOT's lines. And so that's going away very quickly with all of this Not only that, but Bitcoin mining, for Pete's sake.
There's gonna be some changes, and
Yeah,
part of those may well,
we need to get a
A couple of things that I want to point out. Over 90% of the energy that's generated in Texas stays in Texas. All right, so there's that. Also
God.
with data centers, if I'm not mistaken, the state of Texas requires them to provide their own electricity source for that center.
once they get it done.
Yeah, once they get.
Once they can actually build out to get their power. But Constellation is bringing power out of Mexico for ERCOT in the winter. That's why we have these rolling blackouts in the winter time, is because we don't have enough power.
Right.
So what's gonna happen when you build 10 or 15, 20 more of these data centers? Or 100.
Okay, so anything further on the reinvestment zone? All right, we'll close it at 10:41 a.m. Not p.m. All right, court discuss and consider designating land as described in Exhibit A as a reinvestment zone to be named 2025 Inadel Reinvestment Zone Number 2 pursuant to Texas Tax Code Section 312 and proposed tax payment agreement.
Second.
All in favor? Okay. Tax abatement application from Solvent Energy, including terms and conditions of any proposed abatement agreement, and authorized notice to be published and provided to the other taxing entities, and setting a date for the public hearing on the proposed abatement. So you have that application for you. And are there any thoughts or questions on the agreement? It is for 230 and 280 megawatts solar and battery, and $450 million investment. We would need to set up a date for the public hearing.
It'll be 30 days from
Yeah.
today.
So
What's Tuesday on in January 20? We have a meeting at 6. That's too quick.
it's too quick.
It'd have to be 20.
The 20th would be the next one.
20th on Tuesday.
You want to set the public hearing on the 20th of January?
That gives us, what, 30, 2 or 3 days?
Yeah, Tuesday. Okay. Is there a motion?
John?
So, yeah, so it's
Second.
20th January.
All in favor? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Drain. Appreciate you
thank
being
you,
here.
sir, thank you, Judge, appreciate it.
And we'll see you on the 20th of January.
What do you want to talk about? Or do you need to stay? I mean, I could stay.
Okay, we'll go on to number 16. Court to accept sexual assault response team or the SART report. This is from the district attorney. Not anything to vote on. We just need to show that we have accepted it.
But-
In the minutes.
That I'm not working. So I'm. Please don't.
Just show us that- Excuse me, it's accepted.
Interesting. Very interesting. Really.
That report?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
No sexual harassment suits in Snyder.
Well, again,
police or the sheriff's department. That's
cost of.
pretty unreal.
That house.
Yep.
It will also give you an option.
The world we live in.
And,
Everybody else had them.
Okay.
I guess people aren't, maybe aren't
Please,
reporting
please
them.
don't forget you.
Complain about it.
So
All
population.
right, court discuss going, and consider going out for bids on flex base and flex base freight. You missed that in the last one, my apologies.
On the freight judge, we did go out for the freight of road materials.
Yeah.
In the last quarter.
Okay,
And I would just say too,
Well, we've got those.
flex base, gravel, caliche, dirt,
you want to include it all in?
whatever you want to call it, it's the same road material.
Okay,
I mean, for it just to be, just because we call it caliche doesn't mean we're getting caliche, we're actually getting, sometimes we're getting gravel, even pit run.
right,
Sometimes we're getting true caliche.
Right.
Sometimes we're actually going to a company and we're purchasing crushed limestone. I think it's all the same.
so you think it's all covered in
Oh, I do.
previous?
Absolutely.
I agree.
Okay,
Yeah, oh, what wouldn't be?
So just no action?
no action.
Oh.
All right, we'll move on to court to discuss and consider the 150th anniversary celebration committee. So, I've asked Jeannie and Glenn to be here today, for this, since they're with the, historical commission, the Scurry County Historical Commission. Don't know if you'll know it, US is 250 next year, and Scurry County is 150. I believe we need to celebrate that, and I believe the Historical Commission believes we need to celebrate that. I would think that, since the Historical Commission is, very active, and Jean has done a fantastic job with any events that she puts together, I would like to see the Historical Commission, if she has no objections to it, being the, putting the event together for us, and putting the committee together. If it includes a Historical Commission and any others outside of, if you want. Do you have any objection to that?
Yeah,
Any thoughts?
as the commission, we like to, be part of that committee, but we like to, of course, include everybody else in the county to be a part of that, as we plan it. And some of the things we're looking at is we want a commemorative marker on the courthouse yard, that would have, Scurry County 150, but it would also have the Scurry County judge and the commissioners on that as it turned 150, so they know who was in charge at that time, as well as the picture, and so we're working on that right now. And I've been working with Lynn County has a really nice one, and they're giving me some information of how I can acquire one like that. But we're also looking at lots of different tourists and events, a county flag. 100 years ago, well, not 100 years ago, 50 years ago, when you celebrated the 100, they actually had a coin that on one side was Scurry County 100 and the other side was America 200. So we kind of like to maybe do that as well. But anyway, we've got a lot of things kind of in the works. And we're kind of be happy to take charge of that if you'd like us to.
Absolutely.
Like I said, they've done a fantastic job.
Exactly.
The Reads Across America was this weekend, and it was a great service.
Now it was over 1,200 reed slave for veterans this weekend. So,
Awesome.
Any thoughts? I'll make a motion then to appoint Scurry County Historical Committee to create a committee, or Scurry County Historical Commission to create a committee to, for the 150th anniversary celebration.
Thank you, Chris. Great.
All in favor? Thank you so much.
thank you.
You're gonna do a great job, I know it. All right, court to discuss and consider order for disbursement of salaries and routine office expenses. And that's,
So when we do every year in order to do payroll and regular like utilities and stuff, without having to have a court agreement.
yeah, we did that for a while, that's.
And this is according to Senate Bill 354.
Judge, I make a motion that we So order the disbursement of salaries and routine office expenses for Scurry County.
Take it.
Sorry.
Third, all in favor?
We're all about the money.
Monthly report. for
Sorry,
personnel.
our
Okay.
system is our system.
Still trying
And
to,
sooner or later, I
still working it
promise,
out.
it will get back to normal.
okay.
I'm truly sorry.
Where's your big chief tablet at?
Like, it might be easier
Be better, right?
to,
Okay, approval of county auditors November 2025 monthly financial report.
It's on the website.
Does make a motion, we approve the county auditors. 2025 monthly financial report.
I'll second. All in favor? All right, certified revenues.
Okay, we have certified revenue for, this is from TAC on a vehicle damage claim for Road and Bridge Precinct 4, $1,497.39. There will be a budget amendment in January because the vehicle is in for repairs, but it's not complete. And we just received the funds, so we will be putting that in the line in January to pay for that. The second one is additional housing for prisoner keep in an amount of $29,640. This brings the total of revenue that was certified year to date to $208,810.98 over the budget of $200,000.
Good.
The next one I'll do is the Snyder ISD for use of the ball fields at Towle Park. $20,000, just certifying that it wasn't budgeted revenue. There may be a request presented on that one.
You said towel.
I don't know how you said, I'm not from here. So, Gold towel, I don't know, but the park. I live here, but I'm not from here, so I'm not sure. Is it Toll?
Don't listen to those outsiders.
Like toll roads.
Toll.
Like a toll road.
Toll Park.
I'm not giving you ideas, maybe toll roads, but
Then the final one is additional revenue for patient receipts and miscellaneous revenue for EMS. And the patient receipts is $1,205,113.73 and miscellaneous revenue $58,616.95 with a total of $1,263,730.68.
Make a motion, we certify the revenues as presented.
Say it.
all in favor? All right, court discuss and consider transfer of over budgeted revenue to EMS Texas Flex account. This would be, we've done in the past, anything that is not in the budget that they've received over or receipts would go to the Texas Class account, which helps purchase equipment. So that
Say it.
taxpayers don't do that. All in favor? Court discuss and consider transfer of funds in the airport tax class account. Same idea.
What was the vote on that one? I didn't get the.
Yeah, I didn't vote yet.
Oh, you didn't? All right.
Sleeping on
all right.
I wasn't, it come went a little quick.
All right.
Writing and
Court discuss and consider transfer of over budget revenues. There was a second.
Dan and Terry, I got that, and then I
All
don't
in
have to
favor?
vote.
All opposed? Okay. Sorry.
4 and 1.
2.
3 and 2.
3 and 2.
3 and 2.
Okay,
Dougie Shaw.
y'all do it fast. So Doug and
Jeff.
Sean have 4.
Jeff.
Jeff.
Oh, Jeff and
I
you.
guess.
No, it's Doug and Jeff.
Should be me and Terry though.
Okay, guys.
You know, we're never going to be able to afford ambulances if we don't do stuff like this. We're going to be coming up with money off the cuff, trying to purchase those. Those things are getting more expensive all the time and they're very difficult to get.
Maintainers are too.
Oh,
Maintainers
maintainers
are
are
too.
too, but we're still getting them, you know?
All right, we ready to go on the next one? Court discuss and consider transfer of funds in the airport Texas class account.
These were the funds that I certified November 4th from Apple, 50,000. Okay, so it's supposed to have requested this to be put on the agenda at that time to put it in there. But it's to go for that runway redo that we signed up for in 2014.
Transfer the funds, $50,000 for the airport and tax class.
Second.
All in favor? That was all five this time.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine. Wow.
I look back and stuff, what's up with me?
We can start saying aye and nay.
Now, move a little further right there.
I'm gonna start recording verbal.
Court to discuss and consider using SISC ball field use payments to replace netting at Kingsville. So as you know, we have that agreement with the school district to pay $2,500 a month per field, and that's $5,000 a month for both fields. During their season, anything over, if they go over or if they use the fields at a different time, they'll pay additional prorated. They did pay $20,000 for the use of the fields. That's what we just certified. The Snyder Girls Softball Association and the, we just talked about them, the,
Moffett Field, billboard.
billboard. They have requested to third, replacing all the netting and adding more netting at the fields. And thought Matt was gonna be here today too, to request using those funds. He wants to use those funds, which makes sense.
Second.
They pay for it.
They need to be replaced.
They do.
They do.
It would include
Quick
the,
question on this,
yes, ma'am.
because we're not paying any more bills this year. I'm just not, we're
No,
done. So I won't do a budget amendment and for that 20,000 until January, again, to put that
That's
into
perfect.
that line. Okay,
that's perfect.
just like on the road, on the repair on the truck.
It's too cold to put them up now anyway. They don't care.
So that was my motion. Terry second. All in favor?
I'll put mine in.
Thank you, Chad.
Okay, approval of line item transfers. Doug wants you to read them all. I
I'm
think.
not reading every single one.
I have
Sorry
to
about
type
that.
every single one, so you have to read every single one.
You want me to read it slowly so you can understand?
Sure.
We got another hour to lunch.
Enunciate.
Enunciate, not like how. Okay, first is county judge, uniform expense and education training, total of $607.88 out of part-time. Commissioner's court, precinct 1 education training, $400 out of commissioner precinct 1 auto expense. County clerk uniform, $220 out of other equipment. Election administration, education and training, $2,000 out of records.
Time out. Did everybody look at them? I see all the lines.
But she's not going in order.
No, I'm going in departmental order. Because that's how they're supposed to.
Okay, so everybody has looked at them. They are all.
Does
listed.
anybody have any questions about any of them? There's 52
Yeah, two.
altogether, including 4 budget amendments. I can go over the budget amendment ones if y'all would like.
Yeah, I'd like to go to the budget amendments.
Okay,
I'm not.
But not the line item.
the line item transfers are just placing them one funds to the other fund. It cleared up all the payroll lines. It cleared up all red lines.
Yes.
Okay. So the budget
You owe me
amendment,
one.
huh?
You owe me one now.
Well-
Making you read all that.
Thank you. But you get to sign them all.
I do.
The budget amendment for the county and justice court, doctor medical fees, $1,116. We had mental health evaluations and, they just, you never know what
I
they're
got too many of
gonna
those this year.
cost. Supervision, custodial expense, $4,040. This was due to the increase in the contract agreement that was done in September, and we'd already done the budget. Then the BCD, economic development projects. This is just actually, it's a budget amendment, but it's, the funds that are in there can only be used for these things anyway, and it was moving them from their unreserved fund balance to the line is $8,584.22. And then, courthouse security fund for the miscellaneous expense of the maintenance on the security cameras and repairs, $2,607.98. And then this is the,
capital outlay for 202-521-21. This was, or 23, this was on the ambulance that was approved early in the year. It's just covered up.
Do the motion to approve line item transfers and budget amendments as presented.
All in favor? I believe it was Terry. That was you that seconded.
I'm a help shot as much as I can.
Approval of accounts payable?
Last accounts payable of the year, $1,328,878.26.
Wait, Bill.
Second. All in favor? We don't have an executive session today, so we will adjourn. Y'all can adjourn and I'll stay here for about an hour. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you all.